This video is made for MA Final students of English Literature, and in this video I am going to tell you about the brief intro of the poem Sailing to Byzantium, written by W.B. Yeats. Sailing to Byzantium is a poem by William Butler Yeats, first published in the 1928 collection The Tower. It comprises 4 stanzas in ottava rima, each made of 8 lines of iambic pentameter. It uses a journey to Byzantium, means Constantinople, as a metaphor for a spiritual journey. So, Byzantium is the city that is used as metaphorically. Yeats explores his thoughts and musings on how immortality, art, and the human spirit may converge. Through the use of various poetic techniques, Yeats' Sailing to Byzantium describes the metaphorical journey of a man pursuing his own vision of eternal life as well as his conception of paradise. So, in this poem, W.B. Yeats expresses his concept of paradise. Sailing to Byzantium is a poem that focuses on Yeats' later obsession with the search for ideal spirituality in art and life. It is related to a sister poem, Byzantium. So, W.B. Yeats has written a poem named Byzantium, and this poem, Sailing to Byzantium, is called the sister poem of that poem. Yeats himself said this about his Byzantium poems in BBC interview in 1931. I have been writing about the state of my soul when Irishmen were illuminating the Book of Kells and making jeweled croziers. Byzantium was the center of Europe's civilization, so I symbolize the search for the spiritual life by a journey to that city. Being a romantic and occultist means a fascinator or a magician, a politician and a dramatist, he had worn many masks during his lifetime, but it was through poetry that he sought to escape the death and decay of the natural world. The metaphorical journey to Byzantium, his dream city, consolidated this aspiration. So, in this poem, Sailing to Byzantium, W.B. Yeats is trying to consolidate his aspiration towards an ideal city. The speaker's wish is to be out of nature and to become an eternal form, a crafted work of art. Yeats wrote, I have read somewhere that in the emperor's palace at Byzantium was a tree made of gold and silver and artificial birds that sang. So, as you can see, that this is a purely metaphorical and imaginary poem. Yeats had many reference books in his library, including publications by O. M. Dalton, Byzantine Art and Archaeology, and W. G. Holmes, The Age of Justinian and Theodore. Constantinople in the 6th century being the first chapter heavily annotated by Yeats. In 1926, the year he wrote this poem, Yeats, a successful person and a Nobel Prize winner at 61, means at the age of 61 he got Nobel Prize, still sought a creative solution to the problem of physical deterioration in old age. So at the age of 61 also he was in a search of a, this problem of physical deterioration. So this poem has its main theme, that of transcendence. Transcendence means superiority or perfection, escaping the body and the mortal life and reaching a new spiritual state. Specifically, the speaker wants to become an artifice in the form of a singing golden bird. The poem is a mix of the personal and allegorical. The structure or the form of the poem is an ottava remark, each stanza having 8 lines with the rhyme scheme. We will explore in more detail a little later. So we will discuss about the structure or the form of the poem in detail when we will study the poem. Yeats had a long interest in the art and culture of Byzantium, originally a Greek colony. So Byzantium is considered originally a Greek colony that grew into the city of Constantinople, later Istanbul, being inspired to do research by friends and colleagues such as William Morris, the cultural commentator and designer. Visits to such places as Ravenna in 1907 and Rome in 1925 in Italy gave him the opportunity to see some of the Byzantine art at first hand, in particular some of the early Christian mosaics with their refined golds and exquisite craftsmanship. So, when we consider about the influence on W.B. Yeats when he was writing Sailing to Byzantium, we can clearly assume that it is the effect or it is the influence of his visit to Italy. As Yeats grew older, the idea of Byzantium as a spiritual and artistic ideal increased in importance. His aging body brought some frustration into his life, both physical and sexual, and these two poems allowed him a form of expression and escapism. So, Sailing to Byzantium is Yeats' creative answer to the question of mortality. Flesh and blood are but a cover for the eternal spirit, and for Yeats, Byzantium was the place where the spirit could rest and secure a legacy in eternity. The poem seems to be set initially between two words. First is that of inevitable death and immortality, mid voyage, so to speak. The speaker leaves the country he rejects and reaches the destination he longs for. And this poem was first published in October Blast from the Kuala Press in 1927 and appeared in the later book The Tower of 1928. So, in the next forthcoming videos, I will explain this poem to you. So, thank you all students.